Welcome to True Crime by Indie Drop-In. Each week, we feature an episode from the best independent creators. Hit the subscribe button for more great true crime content. If you would like to help support Indie Drop-In, check out our Patreon at the bottom of the show notes. Today's episode is from Based on True Events. Don't forget to check out the show notes for links to subscribe to Based on True Events and follow on social media. Enjoy the show.
Begin.
It's action.
Rolling. There's nothing actually rolling.
There's nothing rolling. Yeah. Except your fucking eyes.
Yeah, right. Right. Click, click, click.
What's good, you creeps?
As you can tell,
you
unscripted.
Unscripted
podcast. Fucking 85% of your stuff is about murder.
About murder. That's fair. Because our listeners love fucking murder. Hit them up with the Gmail.
You can send us an email with your suggestions, comments, or concerns at basedontrueeventspodcast@gmail.com.
Boom. Locking this bitch down. In theory, this solves all of our problems.
Locking it down. Yeah, I mean, we had some slight technical issues the last couple of recordings.
Well, luckily, we were able to get at least knock one of them out. So we haven't, we're on track.
Yeah.
But anyway, what's up, dude?
Fuck.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, fuck. Where does it? I mean, nothing with me, really,
No?
Just,
Same old?
Yeah. Trying to avoid the news at all costs.
Dude, you're like I'm like, so what's been going on in the world? And you're like, well, there's this. I did see that the Loch Ness Nessie showed her hump or some shit again. I was like, whoa.
I'm telling you, man, the most interesting video. This is weird. This is gonna be weird to say, but to me, the most crazy video that I've seen of all those conspiracy theory-esque type things, is it real, is it not real kind of things, is all the fucking UFO videos out of fucking Brazil, man. They had some wild shit go on down there, and you're just like, oh. Yeah,
I keep meaning to Google that because you told me about it a couple episodes ago, and I just honestly I keep forgetting.
It's pretty wild.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been.
Well, we're believers.
Yeah. So that's never been weird to me. But
we're like, we fucking told you.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I really feel like they're just getting their fucking driving seats ready for the fucking big boom at the end of the fucking show,
oh boy,
2020's really got some season finale shit going on.
Oh, dude.
Series finale shit going on.
Yeah,
oh
god.
Are they going to bring him back for season 21?
What
the fuck is
this
happening?
The end?
Yeah,
for real.
Kind of that kind of shit. So, I mean, I don't like to drum that fucking beat and fucking live in that fucking panic. I don't, but I mean, there's just so much shit going on right now.
It is kind of back to back. We need come on, man. Give us a breather.
It's funny
before you whack us.
I was watching this fucking. It's this show on Hulu, and it's a fucking cartoon, and they're talking about
it's a fucking cartoon.
It's a cartoon called Solar Opposites, and it's pretty good if you get a chance to check it out. But there's one episode where all this stuff is happening. And one of the characters looks at the other character and he's like, real life doesn't happen like this. It's never just back to back to back to back to back like that. And I was sitting there dude, is this real? Am I in a fucking simulation?
Right.
Is this all fucking horseshit?
Well, I tell you, the thing you sent me about V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie, but I haven't thought about it or watched it since whenever. And I was like, damn, I didn't think about it. It was pretty spot on.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of to the T. It wasn't really 2020 that it took place in the film.
I guess. I don't know. I haven't put it back in.
Yeah.
Rewatched it.
But I started kind of digging a little bit. I was like, a lot of memes and there's a lot of articles and shit talking about it. So it must be. I mean, interesting.
I don't know, man.
All signs point to you're fucked.
It's just.
We are fucked.
I don't know, man. It's I think it's just kind of a sign of the times, man. I don't think anybody's really in this situation going, man, we're in a good spot. Like,
yeah, things are good right now.
I feel pretty confident about the next move.
Yeah.
Like,
we're doing well.
I mean, I'm at this weird spot where like I get up first thing in the morning and I like check Google to like see, like, just to kind of see what's going on. Like, see if there's like, if the earth opened up and fucking Godzilla came out or some shit. And then I kind of try to stay away from the news the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Because it'll derail my whole fucking day.
Well, and that, yeah, I just, for a while, it was every day that I would listen and watch and listen. But it started to really, I couldn't shake it at work. And I was like, I can't do my job well.
Yeah.
If that's just literally all,
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, here we are. 2020.
I talked mad shit at the beginning of the year about it's just another year.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, everybody.
You did too. You fucking jinxed
everybody.
us.
Sorry.
Oh, damn.
It's a big year, man.
It's Shep's fault. It's Shep's fault. Shep's fart. It's Shep's fault.
So that's my bad.
It's all good, man. 2020. Well, and don't dare say it can't get much worse than this.
I'm
that's
not like,
yeah.
dude,
I
know that.
Right. Oh boy.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what's funny is that, and I don't want to talk about my job too much, but as most of you know, because we've either made fun of it or I've talked a little bit about it, selling sewing machines is part of what I do. And dude, it doesn't matter. Pandemic, like race riots, you name it. What are the murder hornets, volcanoes? These fucking people buy sewing machines. No matter what, dude. Like, we have never been busier. And I'm sitting there like wearing my mask going, what are you all doing? It's because they're stuck at home and they're like, well, if this is the case, I'm going to go out with my $20,000 machine
guess,
like
man.
a G.
Fuck.
It's crazy. Because, I mean, and then at work, it's just, we're busy as hell. So you don't think about
Everything that's
what's
going on.
reality, And then I get home, I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
dude, I'm getting my fucking ass handed to me at work too, man.
Are you?
It's not like I got fucking vacation going
That's
on.
true.
Like I mean, it's like throughout all of this, I really haven't taken any fucking time off. I mean, I've taken a couple days here and there, but I mean, dude, we're just getting fucking beat the fuck up, and it's just like, all right, man. And then like we're not even in the busy season yet. Like the busy season starts in October, and I'm just like, all right, motherfucker.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, like I'm like, I know I signed on the bottom line, at the dotted line, but like seriously, like we're going through some shit right now. Can we get a fucking
Give me a break?
Yeah. So
Oh, that's funny.
enough me fucking bitching and moaning.
Yeah,
about the
hey,
world.
it is what it is.
If you want to hear us whine more
That's
online in social
Online.
media,
Yeah. Well, that's true. Well, first, we definitely want you to hit up our social medias. That was a good segue.
Yeah.
Hit us up on the Facebook, the Instagram at
based on True Events Podcast,
or the Twitter.
podcast BOTE, BOTE.
That's right. You can search Based on True Events Podcast on YouTube.
That's right.
But where we'd really like you to go and check us out is our new website,
That is correct.
which is, I was wondering if you would remember it, BOTEpodcast.com. Biatch.
Yatch.
Yeah, I practiced. I was like, BOTEpodcast.com.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
fuck it up.
So we definitely have to fix our intro.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, that's so if you're not going to go to anywhere as far as social medias go or our website, you can at least hit us up on the email. And our Gmail, our new Gmail is
Still don't know that one either.
BOTEbasement@gmail.com.
BOTEbasement@gmail.com. Well, the problem is I for fucking 70 episodes,
I know.
I've been hammering the other ones.
Based on True Events Podcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, that
Which still exists.
Which you can still use, but it is rather lengthy.
It is. And we know that, well, if I was screwing it up and like technically I created the actual, email, I figured everyone else is going to as well.
Right.
So we shortened it to BOTEbasement@gmail.com.
Boat basement.
Yeah, we still got I Wrote for Boat going,
Yep.
which we bring some more suggestions. It's been a little slow on the suggestion front, and that's fine. Everybody's shit's, we get it. We were just talking about how fucking wild the world is.
Yeah,
But keep sending them.
But I mean, our listens and our downloads are going through the fucking roof right now. So
That's a very good point, man. Like, I don't know if people, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the new video. Maybe they like looking at our ugly mugs, and that's the you know,
maybe that's
missing.
what's up.
That's what's been missing this whole time.
So I don't know, man. We appreciate the fuck out of it.
Yeah, it's insane. We're well over 10K, and it's fucking dope.
Yep. So keep listening. Keep suggesting us to your friends and family if they have a tough stomach, and even if they don't, fuck it.
Surprise them
a little bit. So
tell them we talk about puppies and shit, kittens.
Oh yeah, kittens. Lots of kitten talk.
Lots of kitten talk. Well, but so I wrote for BOTE, just in case this is for whatever reason the first episode you're listening to. You suggest topics to us, and we literally choose our favorite, and we pick a winner each month, and we'll send your ass a free shirt.
Yep. And then we are going to be putting up our 4 suggested episodes, and then we do them in the order of most popularity.
Yeah, we want you guys to pick.
Yeah,
which order you want to hear them.
You guys have been nice enough to help us build this podcast. We want it to be what you guys want it to be. So
that's right. He said it's just as much yours as it is ours, and I like that. So it is. So yeah, keep that shit coming. We've been doing our own topics, I guess, for a bit, but
I think just a switch over was we're getting kind of into getting the videos up, getting the new website going, just kind of some growing pains.
By the way, please keep listening and subscribing on like Apple Podcasts and Spotify, wherever you listen. But I don't know, I'm pretty stoked that you get to, we don't actually talk to the camera, but I don't know. So, like personally, I like to watch a video, and even if you're just listening, there's something about video I prefer to watch than just listen, unless I'm in the car, obviously. It just
depends, yeah. Like the advent of video with podcasts is a nice
it's cool
thing, I think.
Yeah, right.
But we'll take your listens however we can get them. So
yeah, that's true.
If you're not phone accessible, or if you're driving, throw us on the Spotify or
put us up on the big screen,
Apple or whatever. So throw us up on the big screen. Freak your friends out.
Nobody's doing that shit.
No, that shit.
They're like watching it on their phone.
Flip it over when their boss comes walking up. Like, ooh. We all know your game.
Not suitable for work, right?
No.
Yeah. Well, a few episodes, but the majority.
No, I don't know that we've got one that's even PG-13, dude.
No, we definitely drop too many F-bombs for. Even if the subject isn't too gnarly, it's our delivery is pretty.
We
not for kids.
Yeah, it's definitely not safe for work. It's not safe for like general somebody walking up on you. Bill at work.
Good Lord, man.
Yeah, like what the fuck are you listening to, dude?
What is wrong with you?
I think at the beginning of this episode we dropped like 23 fucks.
Yeah, we probably did. Well, hey, it's not going to get any better because if this is the topic that I believe it is.
Oh, dude, this one's going to get gnarly.
Then,
this one's going to get gnarly, bro.
Well, shit, man. If you don't have anything else, let's jump into it.
All right, man. So I went for the fences a little bit with Ed Gein to start off season 3. And in that,
by the way, before we continue, I've had nothing but great feedback from like my friends that don't know you, people at work and stuff who've actually listened. I'm always nervous about like people at work listening, you know what I mean? But there's a few of them that I'm like, okay, that's cool, dude, they loved it. And I told you, I've listened to it literally probably 2 or 3 times just in the car, just trying to critique myself. And I'm like, shit, I loved that episode, dude. And I know that's horrible because it was so brutal, but it was fun. I don't know. I guess it was because we were back. Yeah, right.
Back in the groove.
There was something. It had a good flow. I liked it.
It feels a lot more natural sitting here doing it this way as opposed to the Zoom trash that we had.
I canceled that Zoom account, by the way. So knock on wood.
Shit.
Jesus.
So tonight I bring to you probably our heaviest body count to date. We are going to delve into one of history's most notorious killers, Vlad the Impaler.
Ooh. And I don't know much about this dude at all. The name, obviously, I know, and you sent me that beam, and I think we talked about this last time, but this is all new to me. So, and when you tell me it's the largest body count, especially after, and I said it last time, the the space Nazi dude was like 20K or something.
Oh
but
yeah, man.
technically not. I get it. So anyway,
So
I'm all ears, man. Let's go.
So this story begins in the 1400s, and just to put you into perspective of time period, location, that type of thing. Vlad the Impaler was from a place called Wallachia.
Wallachia?
Yeah, so basically Transylvania. So some of the other names for this guy is Vlad the Dragon, Vlad Tepish, Vlad Dracula. He is
cool.
the origin story, the root of where we get the stories of Dracula.
No shit.
Yeah, this is the dude. He's actually a historical figure. So
I was going to say, this is not fiction. This is 100%
this is
accurate.
This is
wow.
This is the dude.
I didn't know this is where Dracula was. Anyway, go ahead.
So in the 1400s, in the area of Wallachia, which is basically right near Hungary. It's on the border close to like Constantinople. This area was heavily contested by the Ottoman Turks, the Hungarians, and the Roman Catholic Church. They were all kind of fighting over this area, and they wanted to retake the Catholic Church wanted to retake Constantinople from the Ottoman Turks. Okay. So the story opens up with Vlad's dad. Doesn't really matter. Kind of a piece of shit. This dude basically like
Vlad's dad doesn't have a name. It's just Vlad's dad.
It's like he's like Vlad 1 or some shit.
Right.
Yeah, like he's Vlad the Dragon 1 or 2. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, Vladislav the Second.
Okay.
So anyway, he's basically like in this contested area. He's kind of a ruler. Like he's kind of a, I wouldn't say like a weak-willed leader, but he's in a shitty fucking situation. It's a rock and a hard place and a frying pan, all in the same fucking boat,
Okay.
And he's like trying to keep his people, like the best interests of his people in mind. And in the midst of all of this, the Ottoman Turks kidnap both his kids, Vlad and his younger brother.
Oof.
Okay.
Them were fighting words.
So the Ottomans basically take them, not to like torture and fuck with them, but like, hey man, you'll get your kids back when you agree to play ball. The Sultan is basically like using them as leverage.
Right. Okay.
So Vlad, the oldest son, he's kind of like a fucking dick the whole time. Like he's just an asshole. Like he doesn't give a fuck. He's like, fuck you. You can't kill me. Like you kill me and then you lose your fucking bargaining chip. So he kind of uses that as leverage. Okay. And he's such an asshole that like the Ottoman Turks actually come to really like him.
We like this guy.
Yeah, they really like him because he shows balls. Like he shows like a lot of fucking moxie.
Okay, right.
But they like him to the point where they actually kind of teach him the language. They teach him battle tactics. They teach him, all sorts of.
Are they like grooming him?
Yeah, kind of, because they're thinking like, hey, he's going to come and be part of our kingdom at some point.
Right. Dad's going to give in. And
right,
okay,
right.
I got you.
So fast forward to the point where Vlad and his brother basically, they kind of like get away. Right. And there's some discussion back and forth about how they get away. Doesn't matter. They get away. It's not a big deal. So he ends up going and like taking over the kingdom of Wallachia at that point. And basically he's like, I'm the rightful heir. Like anybody who wants to come here and get fucked can. And he basically
anybody who wants to come here and get fucked can.
Yeah. Like, no, I mean, that's like how he rolls. Like he just right. He just doesn't give a fuck.
Want to get fucked? Come on.
So one of his like first things that he does is he basically finds like he basically has his spies go out and find all of the people that had betrayed his father previous to this.
Damn.
Right. And he invites all of them to this fucking banquet. Right. Whole families of people, gets them all to the fucking this banquet, and he immediately takes all the guys that betrayed his father and impales them right there on stakes at the spot. And then takes all their families and makes them slaves. so that they can rebuild his fucking castle. And once his castle is rebuilt, puts them up on fucking stakes too.
Damn.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So,
Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we're just starting. So,
what did you say this was?
Wallachia, Transylvania,
right.
The Transylvania area.
Like you say that, I keep thinking of like the fucking Wakanda or whatever the Black Panther place.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Like, dude, this is not real.
So, so he basically some of his like domestic policies are a little rough, I will say. He had a very strong opinion about female behavior. So any woman who was found that she had had premarital sex, or any woman who was accused or found guilty of adultery, was immediately impaled through her vagina. And put up in the streets. Her breasts were removed, and whoever the male was that had sex premaritally or against God in adulterous fashion was made to eat her breasts on display in front of the entire town.
What?
Yeah.
Or you would be impaled as well.
And many times they were forcibly impaled. As well.
Oh my! I don't know. I'm like, well, dude, I'm not. Just impale me.
So
I'm not eating her.
He also didn't like the poor, the homeless, and the beggars. So at one point, he rounded up all of the poor people in the town, or in his entire province, actually. And invited them to a large feast in a big wooden barracks. And once they all got in there and the food was served, he bolted the doors and set the wooden building on fire, burning them all, and essentially ridding his kingdom of poverty, in his opinion. Those are some of his domestic policies that he set forth.
Dude.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm kind of shocked for real. I'm like, hold on. That was a lot to take in all of a sudden.
Oh yeah. That's just the beginning.
Yeah. I was worried about that, but it's a lot.
So,
Jesus.
At this point, he's actually making kind of.
How old is this guy?
He was like in his 20s when all that.
That's what I was gonna say, because he was young.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So
was he like a big? I haven't looked at pictures or anything. Was he like a big
They don't. I mean, it's 1400s,
oh,
dude.
Right. Dude, not so many pictures.
I mean, you can draw.
Yeah, right.
I can draw him.
I draw him real well.
I mean, you got to think about it. There's only two people drawing this guy, right? People who are scared fuckless of him, people who are like on the other side, like the Turkish side, who are like, oh, this dude is a fucking psychopath. So all the pictures that you see of this guy, he looks nutso.
Right.
So anyway,
imagine just if you've never seen him, just hearing the stories, what you would picture him to look like.
Right. Oh yeah.
Fucking monster. I mean,
so
humongous and just, oh dude. Wow. So like, I guess I'm assuming he just basically he had an army because people were scared to death of him.
He was a king. So the land had an army. Like the people had an army. And like, it was like, dude, you're in the army. Like you didn't, it wasn't like, but he did have, like, he had some sympathizers with the Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church backed him because he was a fucking vicious fucking warlord over there. And they were like, oh, he fucking hates the Turks. So we need him. And they basically, I don't know, it's like Pope Pius the fucking second or whatever the fuck that guy's name is. He wanted to do another, basically like a crusade to regain Constantinople from the Turks. So
very godly.
He backs Vlad in doing this. And he actually like sent out his little fucking call to arms to like all these different leaders. And the only one that took him up on it was Vlad.
Yeah, I'm game.
So at that point,
damn, dude.
At this point, the Sultan, he's gotten wind of this situation, and he sends 10 emissaries to Vlad's kingdom to kind of be like, hey man, like, we're gonna fuck you up. Like, we're gonna fuck you up. He's got a standing. Vlad's got at this point a standing army like 30,000 troops. Okay,
damn.
Hundreds of thousands of troops are under the Ottoman Turks.
Wow.
So like, I mean, and they are far superior in warfare and tactics.
Okay.
So it's not really a match. You know what I'm saying? Right. So the Sultan's like, basically like, all right, I'm trying to get out of this without slaughtering an entire country. So he sends these 10 emissaries into Vlad's castle, and Vlad asks the emissaries to remove their turbans, to show respect in his kingdom. The emissaries deny that. So Vlad orders his men to drive stakes through their fucking heads into their turbans, pinning their turbans to their head, and then sending them out into the street. The main sending the bodies out into the street.
I was say
like
they killed them. Yeah, because I was going to say like they didn't walk out of there.
No,
like, all right, leave.
The other one of the other emissaries that came, it was the 10 of them got the spikes in their head. The main emissary was boiled alive and then eaten by Vlad and his men.
So he's also a cannibal.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna,
he didn't just make people eat boobs. He actually ate
if you're gonna do it. If you're gonna do it.
Good God.
So
at
this point, the Ottoman Turks are trying to kind of leverage against Vlad, and they go into the basically near the Hungarian border, and a guy that had helped Vlad escape the Turks originally is captured and beheaded. Or sawed in half, actually. I'm sorry. Sawed in half.
Jeez.
This pisses Vlad off very, very much. And he then goes on a fucking rampage where he goes for 2 weeks in a 500-mile radius, and he kills every living Ottoman Turk that he can fucking find. Men, women, children, he doesn't give a fuck. He kills all of them. Wow. He kills 23,864 people in 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then puts them up on spears. Impales as many of them as he can find. And then he fucking dictates a letter and sends it to the Sultan and says, hey, motherfucker, I just got done killing everybody. I've killed 23,000 of your people. And that's not counting everybody that we burned in their homes.
Yeah, we lost count.
So the Sultan is actually...
Okay, well, I stand corrected. You just surpassed.
Yeah. That's a 2-week period.
Right. I mean, good. Jeez, dude.
So the Sultan is then...
It's like nobody left.
It was then said to have basically said, all right, man, I got to stop taking this dude lightly.
Yeah, right.
So he
send the troops. Dude.
So he sends 15,000 men to go take a port in Wallachia, at which point Vlad kills all but 7,000 of them and sends them home.
So they were outnumbered, but they were clearly
it's their
better
home
fighters.
Turf. It's home turf, and they,
right.
they don't fucking care.
They're not fighting fair either. I'm sure. Yeah.
So
wow.
The Sultan again is like, fuck. All right. So he rallies a huge force and goes in force into Wallachia after Vlad. And Vlad basically only 30,000 troops. He's well outnumbered, well outgunned by the Ottoman Turks. And basically he successfully uses scorched earth type of defensive tactic to basically draw in the Turks. And he basically poisons all the wells. He poisons all the food. He burns all the cities.
Damn.
And when the Turks are coming in, they don't have a fucking supply line. You've got to fucking wait until shit comes in on boats. They can't, that's the way that you fight wars back in the day. Is you fucking come in and then you take everybody's shit. Well, you can't fucking do that if it's all burned and poisoned. Vlad also actually, besides Genghis Khan, was one of the first ones to use biological warfare. He would send people that were known to have the bubonic plague into Ottoman Turk cities. to infect the population on purpose.
Oh my God. Dude, that's
brutal,
that's
man.
fucked.
So they basically, at this point, Vlad and his 24,000 troops that he's got left basically hole up in this fucking mountain pass fortress, right?
How many troops?
24,000. He's lost 6,000 since the beginning of this little
That ain't
skirmish.
Bad. I mean, really?
Yeah. So the Sultan at that time knew Vlad's tactics, his guerrilla warfare, and his fighting style, and he ordered his men to stay in their beds. So Vlad, against character, leaves his camp and basically goes into the Ottoman Turks' camp. And he basically walks right in because he can speak the language. And he
like
speaks
solo?
Yeah, by himself. And he's doing it as a recon mission. And since the Sultan has basically told all his men to stay inside their tents to avoid panic if a battle breaks out, Vlad has his free reign to walk around and do whatever he wants. And he finds the the tent that he thinks is the Sultan's. So then he turns around and goes back home.
Damn.
The next night, same thing. He gets all his men to creep in on this fucking camp in the middle of the night.
All 24,000?
All 24,000.
How you sneak in with
splits them in half,
grand?
and both of them hit the north and the south side of this fucking camp, while Vlad goes in after the Sultan. Well, the tent he gets to, the one he thought was the Sultan's, was empty. But thousands and thousands of Ottoman Turks are slaughtered at this point.
Wow. Surprise attack.
Yeah. So basically, after he realizes that he's not going to take the Sultan's head, or actually he wanted to drive a dagger through the heart of the Sultan, Vlad calls his men back. And they hit the bricks.
Wow.
They hits the bricks.
Dude, this story is insane.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is real.
So the fucking Sultan goes and fucking starts to chase him, and they basically chase him to this fucking town that was the capital of Wallachia, and they're like, okay, this is where he's going to be holed up, and we've got him. And they get in this town, and there's 28,000 bodies impaled inside this town, up on stakes. It's like a fucking forest inside the town of impaled Turkish soldiers that he'd been collecting over the course of the battles, and he put them all up on stakes and impaled all of them.
That's what that photo was.
Yeah.
Or that drawing.
Yeah. And
damn.
Yeah.
Talk about sending a spooky ass message.
So Vlad then at this point, he decides he's all right, man. He's running out of earth at this point. So he basically, he goes back to like one of his like cronies on the Hungarian side of the border. And he's like, dude, I need you to fucking hide me, blah, 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 blah. He's like, I got to lay low for a little bit. Basically, I'm going to fucking go back after him as soon as shit cools off down
a bit.
Well, at the same time, Vlad Dracula's castle is then surrounded by the Turks, and the first wife of Vlad Dracula was said that she would rather die at the hands of the fish than go into the hands of the Turks, and she throws herself from the tower of the castle into the rocks below and the water below.
You'd think a man like that would be like, nobody willingly married him.
Yeah.
She was like captive is what I would picture. She's like, nah, like I'm behind this dude.
I'm down to clown.
Oh God.
So
she must have been a gem.
Right. So the guy that Vlad basically entrusts his escape to betrays him and takes him prisoner for 3 years. And there's a lot of argument as to why this guy betrayed him, what the idea was. And most scholars kind of assume, because there's not really anything that really says like, hey, why did he do this? Why didn't he do this? He basically, it's thought that he wanted to become the ruler of the Holy Roman Empire. And the only way that he could do that is if there was kind of a peaceful ending to this whole skirmish. So he basically entrapped Vlad for like 3 years. But they were still kind of friends, I guess, like kind of buddies.
Like held him captive?
Yeah, like he was a prisoner.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, but they were still kind of cool,
dude.
Because the guy who captures him lets him marry his cousin, who's a princess.
What?
That's Vlad's second wife, actually. And so, dude,
he's a model prisoner, I guess.
I couldn't fucking make this shit up. So
no, you could not make this shit up.
Vlad then, he as he's released with his new wife, he basically decides he's going back to reclaim his fucking crown in Wallachia. And so he goes back and he basically puts together this band of like fucking 8,000 men, like fucking, but dude, they're ragtag at best. And
okay.
Like, dude, the Sultan basically just fucking dick slaps him at that point. And
round two is not so. Okay.
So the argument is there's a lot of disagreement about how he actually died, what year he actually died. There's like a 2-year discrepancy. Some reports say he was like 49 when he died or some shit. But the most credible source says that he was decapitated in his castle by the Sultan's men, and his head was placed in a jar of honey to preserve it so that it could be carried around the Ottoman Empire and shown the Impaler, the devil's son, the embodiment of all evil.
In a jar.
Vlad the Impaler.
Head in a jar.
Head in a jar.
You would think that they would impale him. Just you know. But wow. Dude.
So over the course of his reign of terror, he is said to have impaled 23,000 men, women, and children. He decapitated 10,000. He burned 5,000 at the stake.
33.
Between that and his skirmishes, war, everything he was involved with, his body count is estimated somewhere in the range of 80,000 people.
Damn.
In the 1400s. He was one of the first tacticians to use biological warfare.
Dude, that's the one that
he used red hot stakes to impale. When he got tired of the sharp end impalement, he would basically use a rounded impalement,
dull it,
to insert in the anus, and it would go slower.
Oh my god!
And he decorated the front of his castle with impaled bodies up and down. And the local legend was that there was never a night that would go by without the screams of torture and pain in front of his castle.
Right.
So that is he is the embodiment of Dracula from legend and lore. This is the guy that all of those are based on. And you know,
I don't even know where to start.
So he's a local hero.
Wow.
Like in his, like, their home country, like he is like the warrior prince. Like, he fought the Ottomans.
If that's your team.
He fought the invaders. Like,
right.
He was,
I guess if that's the team you're on, then
yeah, I mean,
that's our
dude,
champ.
That's the dude you want. Like, I mean, but
even I'm on that team. I'm like, hey, dude, like that's a little fucking.
We're going a little heavy on the.
You have to eat the boobs. Like,
yeah.
Come on, dude.
So yeah, I mean,
the brutality of just impaling alone, like one person, is horrific.
Yeah,
because like you said, that's not a fast death.
No,
I can't. I mean, like I don't think it's.
Yeah,
I haven't done much research on this, but
boiled a guy alive and ate him.
Yeah, I forgot about that. The tactical warfare or
the terrorism, man.
Well, straight terrorism, but no, the sending the plague, kamikazes. Like, dude, that is insane. I dare say smart, but like just like on a next level, especially for the time. I mean, way ahead of his time and sick to the fucking core, man.
Dude, he outgunned the Sultan at almost every turn because of guerrilla warfare and tactics and brutality. Like,
they had to be scared.
Oh, dude.
Sultan had to be like pissing himself.
Well, but I mean, if you really look at it, like, I mean, yeah, that 2-week period where he went after people, yeah, but I mean, he was staying in his fucking corner.
That's
like the
true.
Sultan kept coming. Like,
Yeah,
dude, what are you doing, bro? Like, quit fucking coming in here.
That's true.
But he fucked up a lot of dudes, man.
Wow, man.
He fucked up a lot of people, man. And he didn't stay his sword for women and children either, man. He killed everything that got in his path.
Yeah, that's heavy, man. Oof. 80,000.
80,000, bro.
Wow.
And you know, I mean, that's I would imagine that that's a fairly conservative number.
Yeah, but there's no way you can count
like you could count that, like general censuses at the time. Like, okay, well, that whole fucking town was wiped out. Like
1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know. Ish,
yeah. You know,
a lot. Right.
So it was, you know, I knew this story coming before I really researched it. Like, I knew a lot.
Were you surprised about?
I mean, I didn't know the thing about burning the homeless.
Yeah, that's horrible, dude. The betterment of my city. Like, you know, some people were probably like, hey.
Well, but his rationale behind that was he didn't like people who basically, his rationale was that he didn't like other people taking advantage of the hard work of his people. So he eradicated it.
God.
Yeah, man. Like,
Jesus. I want to make a comparison to our current president, but I was not going to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
So
even I don't think he's that awful, and I hate the motherfucker. But yeah, wow, dude. I don't think that there's anybody you're right, to this level of.
Well, okay. So like with the space Nazi, like, okay. Like, they use gas chambers, and which is horrible too. Like, I'm not saying that, right? But like the sheer force of horror to impale thousands upon thousands of people.
Imagine the smell at his castle.
Oh my god, dude.
I mean, don't really. I mean, but,
no, I'm good.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
To.
I know, but you know what I'm saying. Like, just. I can't imagine. I mean, luckily I haven't been around a dead body, but from everything that I've heard, it's not easy to deal with that sort of smell. And if you're talking about you're decorating your home with the shit, I mean, that's 2 in a row, by the way, who decorate their homes with flesh, with bodies. You're on a roll, dude.
Yeah. Well,
good thing I did the dumb criminal one in the middle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this was a story that, like,
wow.
I mean, he's one of history, like, I mean, I'm sorry, like, I'm gonna call it this way, like, he's one of history's greatest villains in the means of like humans are notorious for like really doing horrible shit to each other in general,
right?
But this is like one of the first dudes that did horrible shit to people on a mass scale, like
massive scale,
no, like fucking around, like I'm just gonna come in here and kill everybody, like fucking everybody.
I mean, yeah, dude, like, you know, the killing, a lot of it I don't agree with. I mean, most of it, but like, I also, back then when you're fighting, like, yo, those are my enemies.
Yeah.
Like, so I understand why the people cheer him on, because like you're killing the bad guys. You know, I mean, you know what I mean?
And I hate to point this finger, but I mean, he was doing a lot of this killing with the hand of God behind him, so to speak, because he was doing that with the blessing of the Catholic Church.
That's why I made that comment. I was like, very godly.
Yeah, no,
I mean, dude.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't give a fuck what tactics he was using. They were fighting the fucking Muslims, man, and they fucking hated Jesus. They fucking hated the Muslims, bro.
Unbelievable.
You know, so it's just, I mean,
yeah, dude, he's not in history books like in school though. This guy would be a topic for history books like once you got to college and you were like digging into like European history. Okay, obviously they couldn't put this into high school. I mean, dude, how do you even sugarcoat that?
Yeah,
you can't soften that story. You don't. You can't. So I mean, I understand why, but
I imagine that he gets overlooked quite a bit in religious history stories.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well.
Oh, we left that chapter out. Yeah, those chapters.
We didn't fuck with that one.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, so I brought this story to bear because I find it interesting. Because that time period is pretty fucking murky in general. We as a planet got really fucked up over about 12 square miles of land occasionally.
Yeah.
In different places. Like, at first it was like the Holy Land, and then they're like, Constantinople, we're going to fucking fuck that one up next. And then, it's, dude, I get it. Like, I know, like, when it comes to the Holy Land, there's like 3 major religions all hanging out in the same area, and they all have religious space in the same place, and they don't traditionally get along well and never have. And I fucking understand, but I don't at the same time.
I don't understand, but yeah, and I see what you're saying.
I think we've had this conversation a few times. Like, if you're killing for religion, I think you missed the point.
Yeah, right.
Of what your books are saying.
Your deity is fucked.
I don't know that it's the deity. It's
or
not
just
the deity.
The translation or whatever.
It's your fucking...
Your take on it.
Yeah, your fucking...
That's fair.
Understanding of the fucking...
Yeah.
I think there was a conversation that somebody had once. It was like, there's only 2 or 3 mentions about a man laying with a man in the Bible,
right?
And people lose their shit about it and fucking fucking hate gay people and all this stuff because of that. There's 13 mentions about not eating shellfish in the Bible, and fucking people go and have fucking cocktail shrimp and fucking go nuts.
Issues.
I'm like, so we just picking and choosing at this point? You just don't like this or
100%.
So the hypocrisy drives me fucking bonkers.
Well, that's why organized religion. I mean, my father was a minister, so I was like, why do they listen to his? What if he's crazy? Like, I always thought, my dad's not crazy. And he was great at what he did, and he truly believed it, and that's fine. And he made people feel good about themselves, and that's cool. But I always remember being like, well, they don't really know him.
Yeah.
Like, weird. And that's what the whole organized religion thing. Anyway, that's a whole nother tangent. But yeah, dude, that's technically he did have the Lord backing him.
Yeah.
But dude, you could be a dominant king, and you don't have to be that fucking horrible, like that horrific.
No.
Like, a triumphant king or a dominant king is going to have to do some damage. Back in the day, dude, the way you survive is by killing. It seems like, par for the course. But the way he killed is so much worse than anything I've heard to date. He was
sending a message.
Worst message I've ever heard to date.
But the point of his message was, don't come back here and get fucked.
Yeah, so maybe was he the best at it? I don't know.
He got it fucking handed to him in the end.
Well, everybody I guess has their. It's true. Well, how long can you go at that level with that small amount of people?
I don't know, man.
It's like Braveheart, dude.
Dude, he was fucking running and gunning for a minute.
William Wallace got caught too.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just saying. Yeah, man. Wow, you weren't lying though. That shit was heavy.
Yeah, man.
And you just cruised over just like you did with Gein, some of the really horrific stuff. But that's a pretty healthy list.
Like, in general, it's all unhealthy. It's all disturbing. It's all
I know it
is.
It is.
Like, the gore factor of this guy, like, I could fucking get there and say, like, okay, yeah, one of his things was like skinning dudes and fucking, then he'd put them up on the fucking stake.
Right.
And, his goal was to make the landscape of his land the most scary diversion. He wanted to scare the fuck out of the troops that were marching on his land Like, I don't want to fucking go here.
Imagine.
I just walked into the gates of hell. Fuck you. I'm going home.
That's exactly right. That's the image that I have. You walking in and going, oh my God, what did I sign up for? Well, you don't really sign up, but
yeah.
Damn.
Like, dude, you could kill me, Sultan. That's fine.
That's better than that.
Yeah. Like, I don't care what you're about to do to me. That is worse.
I wonder how many just literally ran in fear. So many.
I would have been like slowly dipping out from the side.
That Homer Simpson meme where he backs up in a tree.
Trees. Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So, but I mean, he fucking collected the bodies of 23,000 and then fucking.
Right. The whole time. And then he's like, surprise.
Yeah. Welcome home.
This is my masterpiece.
Welcome home.
But decorating his house, like, dude. So, yeah, I mean, he could have been skilled at what he was doing, and his point was being made, but to be able to live in that sort of atmosphere, headspace is that he was fucked.
Yeah.
Like, king or not, dude, mad king for real. Like, he was fucked.
For sure, man.
Wow.
So, I mean, I thought it was a valid story.
Oh, it was an awesome story.
It is a story that is
awesome. Maybe not the right word.
Generally tends to get lost to antiquity. Everybody knows the Count Dracula.
Right.
Everybody knows the idea of, like,
I didn't know that's where it
Christopher
came
Lee and the fucking cape and the creepy Transylvania shit. Well, the real dude is like way creepier in my opinion.
Way creepier.
Like, oh, he's gonna suck on your neck and turn you into a vampire, and you're gonna
It's a vampire.
Well, this other dude's like putting people up on sticks out in the front yard. Like,
yeah, Dracula, you're a puss compared to this dude.
I get the vampires.
I got a cape. I never understood why he had a cape. But, oh, dude. Wow, man. Vlad the Impaler. Vlad Dracula. Jesus. I'm glad you brought this story. One, I don't hear it covered a lot. I listen to a shit ton of podcasts and I watch a lot of YouTube videos and shit. And I mean, I haven't like Googled Vlad stories, but
yeah,
I've listened to a lot and I don't think I've heard one.
Well, there's your one, man.
Well, it's fantastic. I'm just surprised that because a lot of these topics are chosen, I think, because gore factor. People like shock.
Yeah.
And this, I was pretty quiet a few times because my mouth was, the video caught it probably. I'm just like, what the hell, man? Like, how do more people not know about this? Or maybe they do and they just don't want to talk about it because it's so fucked. I don't know.
Well, but that's the other thing. That's kind of why I went fast, is because I'm like, all right, I got to get all of this out.
Get it out.
Because it's like, there's so much. Like,
I can't believe you retained all that.
Oh, I just had to get going.
Hopefully you'll be able to get some of that out of here. Although, this is different though, for some reason. This doesn't, because it's
historically fucked up.
Well, right. But I guess because I can't relate to that time frame or that situation. I'm never going to be in a battle.
Yeah,
not that kind of battle. That kind of battle, right? So that does.
You hope.
Well, God, 2020 is coming heavy, dude. Knock on fucking wood.
Yeah, man, they're swinging for the fences. Writers are swinging for the fences on this bitch.
No shit.
We need a good ending, Simpsons writers. Come on.
Do something.
Give us something soft. Like, can we roll into the last half of the year a little softer?
Something
fucking
amazing.
Maybe some lube.
Yeah, that's right. But so because I can't like relate, not that I relate to serial killers, but it's a killer kills random people and it's right. You know what I'm saying? So this is not scary to me. It is disturbing, 100%. But it's not terrifying. In other words, because
you gotta fucking think. All right, so if you drop this dude in 2020, let's say, that's like him coming into like Louisville and like going house to house and burning them to the ground. And if he caught you outside of your house, he put you up on a fucking stake in the middle of the fucking yard. And he did this to every one of your neighbors, everyone he found, every single person in the city. And then he went to fucking Lexington and he burned everything on his way there. And he fucking killed everything on his way there. Like, I mean, it's pretty fucking brutal. And then he went to fucking New Albany, and then he went to Clarksville, and then he went fucking everywhere, like 500 miles. He fucking killed everything in sight.
500 miles?
500 miles. He killed everything in sight.
I think I missed
because they sawed one of his friends in half, and they sawed him in half because he had just gotten done killing some of the Sultan's men.
Like, kind of deserved, dude.
Yeah. Like,
And
so.
nope. Nuh-uh.
I'm going to kill all of you.
All of you folks. Oh, my God.
Here comes the vampire.
No. Yeah, no shit. Oh, my God. Wow.
So.
Yeah. That's all I can say really is wow. That was, talk about a heavy hitter.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, man. So.
He makes some of these guys that we've done, which are horrible, but some of these guys look like candy asses.
Yeah. I feel like Panzram is like the reincarnation of this guy.
Yeah,
Kinda.
like just Berserk.
Yeah.
Berserker episode was awesome too, but that it kind of reminds me, like that's sort of the Viking sort of like just mentality of like destroy everything. No rules. The Berserkers were just vicious. Whatever they could grab, they would kill. Like, that's what I picture with this dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
And some girl's like, I love him.
I got a tattoo.
I'm gonna jump out a window because I love him.
Yeah. He treats me good.
I swear he does. Yeah, bullshit. There's no way that dude is a
I
gentleman.
mean, I don't know. He might have been, man. He might have fucking been.
Yeah, right.
To her.
To her,
Yeah,
right.
she could have been his fucking thing.
What if he was like super like dapper and polite to everyone? Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. And then
fucking burn
and
them
then
fucking.
eat them titties. Good Lord, man.
Oh,
I can't believe I said that.
yeah, I was gonna say, man, I didn't even go for that, man.
Well, I mean,
You're like,
I was trying to be funny, but like, oh, geez. All right, Vlad Dracula,
Blotter.
Vlad the Impaler.
I mean, so I've noticed that there's like, you know, I've done some contemporary serial killers figures, you know, and then I've done now some more historical hitters. I feel like the brutality of some of our modern serial killers really just don't, like, this guy was like
He takes the cake.
yeah, like he's the definition of brutality. Like,
Yeah, I mean, there's different now. Unfortunately, I feel like a lot of they're more sadistic and they're like sexual sadistic predators. It's a different type of thing, but just on the sheer level.
he was putting stakes in women's vaginas,
Well,
and cutting their tits off, man.
Now, if they had said, and then he was jerking off and getting off on it, okay, it seems like people have gotten.
I feel like that's heavily implied in the story, but
Well, maybe, but I also feel like he didn't necessarily do all that. He was like ordering people.
No,
to do
yeah,
it.
that was the other thing. There's like something to be said for, okay, you killed all these people, but this dude, I mean, because at some point, like, somebody has got to agree to do these things.
Well, if not, it's probably like I don't really have a choice. Like,
Well,
oh,
yeah,
this
but-
sucks. I drew the short straw. Oh,
But he's one dude. This is a whole army, and he got a whole army to fucking agree. Like,
yeah, that's true.
like, I mean, his general at any point could be like, let's
Nah.
kill him.
Yeah, mutiny. Well, that's true, man. Well, you said that they like adored this dude. That they were like,
apparently, like, he's the fucking.
oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, dude, cut her. Oh, yeah, let's eat that dude. Yeah,
Let's fucking eat him.
come on.
You know,
I'm on board, dude.
I mean, I think maybe some of it's time period.
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
And we've had this conversation prior, but, you know, I'll have it again just because it's a different episode. But, you know, if you can like dehumanize a group of people,
Yeah.
it makes horror easier to commit for the general populace.
Right.
I mean, that's how the Nazis got away with it.
The
That is
Holocaust,
how
yeah.
the Catholic Church got away with it for, you know, multiple fucking trips to the Holy Land. That, you know, it's okay for us to kill these people because God said that they're not as good, you know, and we've done that for thousands of fucking years. And, you know, it's kind of, it's the same fucking story. There's just
It is different
a
players,
different
yeah,
antagonist
right.
every time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, that's true. And I mean, but like, I guess I personally can't get in that headspace. I know you can't either. How could you look at another living human And
Dude,
even if you don't,
care.
like, dude, I don't hate, well, no, I do kind of, but I despise a lot of people. Like, dude, KKK, for example, they're bottom feeders, but they're still humans.
Yeah.
I mean, they're sick and they're horrible, and I wish a lot of them, slow and painful deaths, but I couldn't personally go, I'm going to impale you with this and I'm okay with it because you're just, I don't see you
to rise above that.
I couldn't do, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a level of brutality that most humans could not get to.
I don't think that we fucking should, man.
Well, right. We're not condoning.
I don't think,
we're not cheering Vlad on.
No. But I think the point that I was trying, I guess, kind of getting to is, I'm in this episode, I'm really not trying to shit on religion, either direction, any fucking religion.
It's just so easy.
I do tend to shit on the organization of religion.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where we're always coming from. By the way.
Yeah. Like I definitely don't agree that, because somebody reads a different book than you do, looks a different way, acts a different way, speaks a different way, that they are in any way less. And I feel like a lot of different things throughout history have used that as a way to exploit man on both sides of the ticket.
On both sides. Yeah, absolutely.
You get young men and women to go to war and kill because of that exploitation, and you get thousands and millions of bodies under the ground because of that exploitation. And I'm not calling for the end of organized religion. I'm just saying, like, this is a good time for all of us to kind of sit back and say, okay, who's feeding us what and why are they feeding it?
Yeah, there it is. I make a lot of sly comments and everybody knows some of my opinions because I share them pretty loosely. Yeah. But I agree with you 100%. Stop, form your own opinion, and
we say it a lot, buyer beware.
Buyer beware, yeah, absolutely. Just don't be a dick.
Yeah, like,
dude.
I feel like that's
every
the
story.
Underlying theme of every religion. Like, stop being a dick.
Don't be a dick.
And then
if that religion is telling you that to be a dick, pick another religion, dude.
Yeah. And it's probably not the religion. It's probably just the dude at the front of the building,
the person who's telling you
telling you that.
Yeah, like, pick another leader or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah. Anyway. How did we get from love thy neighbor to burn his house to the ground?
That's right.
I don't understand your leap. I don't understand your math.
I don't think that was a commandment.
Please show your work.
Yeah, that's right. You're skipping a few steps here.
Yeah.
That's funny. Show your work. All right, man. Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah. Big, cheery, happy story.
Yeah. I enjoyed it because, again, I've said it, I learned something. Every time you do like a lot of times the historical stuff, I'm not a history buff like you are. And so I love when you go back because it's something that I've never heard.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say it's a fun ride, but I do. I mean, shit, I love shock and awe, just like the rest of you sickos.
Right.
So yeah, this is one that I enjoyed just because it was new.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah.
And God, dude, surprising the shit. I mean, you did. You prefaced this. You did. I mean,
for a couple episodes, I
know. You said, I'm telling you. And I was like, all right. No, I'm going to. Yeah, I stand corrected.
Yeah. So.
Vlad Dracula. All right. Good shit?
Yep.
All right.
Thanks to Based on True Events for the amazing episode. Check out the links in the show notes to subscribe. Thanks again for listening to True Crime by Indie Drop-In. If you would like your show featured, reach out to us at Indie Drop-In on all social media or go to indiedropin.com. See you next time.